Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan here from Fifa Ultimate Tips. I'm here to bring you my Brazilian squad review. This is for my squad series, and we're going to start off with this informed goalkeeper. You see I've got two informs on this team. This informed goalkeeper called Felipe. Now, his stats don't really stand out that much. I mean, the best stats, 85 reflexes. But in this game, like, you can shoot from anywhere and just score a long shot, but this guy stops long shots. I've never conceded a really bad long shot against him ever, and that's what he's really good for. He's a good all-round keeper, and the things that he's worst at, like palming the ball out, and he didn't push the ball far enough away from the net, so that's one of his problems. But other than that, he's a great goalkeeper. I really recommend him for it. I know I picked him up for about 10k. Onto my left back, it's Adriano, and he was the only decent gold left back who was shiny, who wasn't like 50k, because I picked him up around 30k. And Marcelo, who's not got the greatest stats, was 50k. And I bought him because I bought Adriano because I knew I could retain his price, and it was between him. For me, it was between him and this silver guy with 89 pace. But I picked this guy up because he seems to have solid stats. Even though he's not the paciest guy, he keeps up with most people. And he used to be a midfielder in FIFA 12, so he's got midfielder stats like 77 pace, but he's got high dribbling, which is 81, and he's defending 75, and he's got 79 passing as well. So he's a good all-round player, but I wouldn't recommend spending 30k on him. But I only bought him because I didn't want to get a non-shiny left back. But there's a new guy out from ep.2 Madrid, so I might pick him up. Right, onto my first centre back. It's Dede, and he's a great defender with 81 pace, 81 heading, 82 heading, and 81 defending. But for me, he didn't shine out as much as Ronaldo did. But I really recommend him because there's a big divide between the Brazilian defenders with like 81 pace and the Brazilian defenders with like 49 pace. So he's a good goalkeeper. And I picked him up about 6k. So I do recommend you go out and get this guy, but I recommend Naldo more. And moving on to Naldo, this guy is absolutely amazing. And I should mention on Dede, he is 6'4", so with 81 pace, 6'4", he's quite unstoppable. Now Naldo, he only has 74 pace, which is quite a lot, but not as good as Dede. But he is 6'6", so if you press stand tackle and he puts out his leg, he stops everyone going past him. And he's like my favourite defender in the whole game this year. I absolutely love him, and I picked him over Felipe Santana. And although he's only got 78 heading, his heading's much better than that, maybe 90, because of his height. He just pushes through defenders on corners and scores goals. And his defending is definitely higher than that in game, so I really recommend him. And I picked him up for like 2k. So if there was one player I'd recommend out of the defence, it would be this guy. Onto my right back, his name's Mariano. I used to have Danilo, I think it was, from Porto here, but I've got this guy because he's got high pace and he's got 4-star skills, and he cost me a K. And he's absolutely amazing. He's dribbling 77, he's got 89 pace, 76 passing, 72 defending, and 4-star skills. He should be on for like 50k. His stats are very, very similar to Dani Alves, especially those 4-star skills. And he's the type of player you'd pay 50k for. I think his price could rise rapidly. And for 1k, you can't go wrong. Onto my first CDM, it's this guy, Renato Abreu, I think it's pronounced. And he's from Flamengo. He's obviously silver, but his stats, he's not got the best pace, but his shooting's really good with 76. His passing's decent with 74. His dribbling's good with 77. He's got all-round stats. He's got good defending, good heading. But in the game, his free kicks are 96 power and 90 accuracy, and I think they're the best on his whole team. And I really recommend you get this guy. I picked him up for a few k, and he's absolutely amazing. Moving on to my second CDM, as you can see, it's Ramirez. Now, I don't think he's suited to the CDM mode. I didn't think he was that great. I think he'd be a great centre mid, because I used him in FIFA 12 in centre mid all the time. He's one of my favourite. But in CDM, he's not that great. Sometimes his pace is really, really effective, but I didn't really notice him on the whole. And for 20k, I don't think he's worth it for this team. But he was one of the only shiny players I could put there, so I got him there because I want an all-shiny team. On to my first cam. This is Wellington Name, sorry, that's how it's pronounced. I was watching some Brazilian football the other day, and basically for my two cams, I use them as wingers, so I had to get some really pacey guys. You can see Lucas there. So this guy's got 91 pace, 84 dribbling, but the thing is, he's really weak in games. He's only like 5'4" or something like that. But his shots, he can cut in and he can do some good finesse shots in the box. And I really recommend this guy just for his pure pace and the fact that he cost me less than a K. Onto my second cam, which is Lucas, obviously. I picked him up for like 3k, I think, maybe less now. I mean, 92 pace, 77 shots, 78 passing, 88 dribbling. He's absolutely amazing. Got 4-star skills as well, and so does Wellington Name. and he's absolutely amazing, especially for that right winging or CAM role. And he really plays a right winger for Sao Paulo, but he's a CAM in this game. Even if his first in form was a right wing, and his second one's a left mid. But he's a great player. I really recommend him for his coin, for how much he is. I really recommend you go and get him because I think everyone could afford him, and he's a great player. Now on to my centre forward, and he's my favourite player in this team. It's Ronaldinho. His passing is absolutely amazing. The reason I'm going to centre forward is because he doesn't have to do much running around, so his 58 pace doesn't really matter. And I don't know why they downgrade his pace so much, because in real life he's still really rapid. He does those he kind of knocks the ball in front of him and chases it. And his shots are absolutely great. His long shots with 77 shot. His dribbling, obviously, is amazing, and he's a 5-star skiller. Although I don't skill that much, sometimes I do pull off a few skills with him. But I recommend him purely for his passing. It's definitely higher than 85. I mean, some of the chip balls and the through balls I play with this guy are absolutely amazing. And I'm considering going out and getting the informed version of him because he's only about 80k, and I picked him up for about 4k. Onto my striker, my final player of this team is Wellington. Wellington from Spartak Moscow. And he's got 92 pace, 79 shot, only 76 dribbling. That doesn't really matter. He's got a bad first touch, but his dribbling really isn't that bad. And his heading 78. He's a great player. For 6k, I think what I picked him up for now. Now you can pick him up for about 4k. He's an absolutely amazing player. I really recommend him. And he can score some great shots. And I really think that he's worth the coins. For this whole team, it's one of my favourite teams to play with. I've kept it for quite a while now. And I really recommend you get it. And if you want to make it cheaper, you can swap out some of these players, such as Ramirez for, I'm not sure, but there's one CDM from Brazil in the Serie A, and there's a few different Brazilian CDMs that you can get who are non-shiny. And you can trade Adriano for any non-shiny left back. And this goalkeeper, I don't know if he's on my bench, but I used to have another Brazilian goalkeeper. I think it was Arthur Marias, and he could go for less than a K, and he's absolutely fantastic as well. And you see that I've got 100 chemistry. I think everyone's on 9 chemistry for this right back because I didn't actually buy him for this team. I swapped him in for Danilo. And it's an 81 rated team and I've got my Serie A team on the bench. I've changed it up. I've already done a video on it, but I sold it and I made a new Serie A team which got like Pirlo and Abate and Stecklenburg. Stecklenburg's a beast because he's 6'6". But I might do an update on that squad. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe and like. I'll see you on the next one.